Hi Aquarius, welcome to your week ahead. So this is going to be from the 17th to the 24th of November 2024. So this is going to be general guidance messages for the week ahead. If you want to book in a personal, the 2025 is on deal, and there is also Celtic Cross and so many different style reads on the website. The Celtic Cross is also on deal, and you've got the lay plan. It's amazing. All of them are. Love reads, career reads, gift certificates. You can book a face-to-face, join the community under the video, like the video, comment, because I'm paying attention. And so whoever is really, really supporting, they're the people I'm going to be prioritising for the reads. The community is going to have unique readings on. Check it all out below or in the comment section. Okay, so some of you have got a choice to make. You can stay where you are, or you can chart new waters. But the Eight of Swords is some of you have got a choice to make. I think some of you, it could be a choice in love. Okay, so what I'm getting here is you might have met two people, or you might be with someone, and there's an option to be with another person, because I heard that really strongly. So the Two of Pentacles, this seems to be someone who doesn't know what to do. Maybe it's to leave a person or stay with a person. Maybe it's to choose between two people. But there's a decision to be made this week for you, and you're really struggling with whatever this is. I'm getting for some of you Aquariuses, you need to move to a new place. I'm also getting someone who's dealing with a foreigner. So I don't know if you've met somebody when you was on holiday, or you're dealing with someone who's a foreigner. Okay, you could also be dealing with someone who's of a different culture, a different religion. But yeah, something is difficult. What I'm getting here is someone who's met somebody on holiday, or they've been talking to somebody online, but I feel like this person is in a different city or even a different country. And maybe this person is trying to get you to go there. Maybe you're trying to get them to come here. In other words, wherever you are. But yeah, something is difficult. There's a challenge when it comes to a decision. But I'm getting for some of you Aquariuses, I think some of you's relocated, you went to another country, and you might want to come back. Okay, or some of you might be heavily thinking about that, because I think we don't talk about this enough, which is, sometimes you really want to go to another country, and then you go to the country and you miss home. And it's okay to say, this isn't what I want, I'm going back. Right? So that is the good thing about life, is that you can make choices, right? You can, some of you are where you are and you want to relocate. Okay? So there is a decision to be made, but you're listening too much to your head. You're allowing yourself to overthink. Why don't you feel into the decision? So this is strongly with the Aquarius woman. I'm getting the woman here. But I'm getting that this is where, instead of thinking, feel, tune in to the vibe, to the energy around these people or around this choice, this location, and it'll give you the answer. Okay? The other side of the coin is that is the message. The message is, so what if you relocate and you don't like it? You can just come back. We think too much. I think it's the Matrix. It's done a lot of mind control. It's done a lot of, people just seem to be in fear, and it's a rational fear. Okay? Maybe you'll date somebody and you know what? It won't work out. You'll survive. Maybe you'll set up a business and it won't, you'll survive. You can just go back. So a message for you this week is you're thinking too deep. Okay? You're thinking too deep. It's like, take the risk, and at least by taking the risk, there's no regrets. Right? In other words, if you date the person and take the risk with the person, there's no regrets. If you start the business this Christmas and there's no regrets. But there will be regrets for decisions you didn't make, or choices you didn't take, or chances you didn't take. Right? So there's something about that. But some years, again, you're torturing yourself, and I think you need to go to your feelings. You need to listen to what your feelings are telling you, not your thoughts. Page of Swords reversed. So some of you, this is definitely, I feel like some of you are dealing with family, so your family might want you to come home for Christmas, or it's something definitely important though. Okay. So someone is going to be saying no to someone. I'm also getting that some of you are going to have to say no to a toxic masculine. I'm also getting someone who might be asking for money. So be careful, because some of you Aquariuses, you might be dealing with someone who's at a distance, who you've been talking to online, and this person starts to reveal himself this week. I feel like this person is after a visa, or they're after money. So be careful if you're talking to someone on online dating. Pay attention to what this person is asking you to do. Okay? So the fact that you're in so much conflict should be revealing to you that there's red flags, because you're in a lot of conflict, right? To the, that you need to protect yourself. If people are asking you to give them money or something like that, and you don't know them and they're at a distance, it's a no. But I feel like some of you are saying no to the devil. Okay, so this is no to the devil. It's like no. And some of yous, I feel like it's someone who wants to get back with you, but some of yous, it's a choice. We just said this. Queen of Swords reversed, Eight of Swords, and two different men. Okay? So, this can also be someone who's having problems in a relationship or a marriage, and there might be temptation, but you say no to temptation. So it could be a case of you really love your current partner, but there might be some issues, and the devil is trying to tempt you, but the no is no thank you. This is also saying no to the matrix, refusing to live in manipulation, refusing to live in fear, following your heart, following your truth. Because the Eight of Swords person is living in fear. They're trapped in their head. Also remember, the brain is designed to protect you. It has no interest for happiness. The brain is a map of what is familiar. That's why people go into overthinking, because the brain is trying to stop you from making what it sees as stupid decisions. Oh, no, 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 no. We've got a box. We've got a map. Now, some people's map in their brain is a map of the world, because they've travelled a lot. They've got a lot of experiences. They've got a lot of skill. Some people's map is that of one country, one city, because they've never left. So when we start to make changes, the brain goes, oh, fuck you. I don't know that territory. I don't know that place. What are you talking about, right? It doesn't want to move beyond what's familiar. So it'll fight you. So it's on you to bring the power of your spirit and your soul and say, fuck you. This day, on this day, you don't get to dictate. Okay? I am the general, and we're making a different decision. And then the brain will switch into, okay, let's start preparing for this new territory. Okay? But what I'm getting with some of you is that your brain is dictating, it's controlling you, and it's because that's its job. It's to keep you safe. And it can only keep you safe by what is familiar, by data that it's already got. So your job, if you want to make this change to a new location, if you want to take this risk, it's like you've got to start with the power of your soul and your heart and your spirit. Let the brain know this isn't your decision. And then the brain will switch from trying to survive in what's familiar to coming up with ideas about how you're going to make this happen. Okay, so the brain is kind of, it's like the shadow self, and all of these parts of us are not trying to destroy us. They're all necessary, but they can become destructive if we don't know how to use them. And most people don't know how to use the power of the mind. They don't know how to use the spirit, the heart, the soul, and it decapitates them. Okay, so again, and some of you are single, and there's a couple of options this week, but some of you need to say no to the devil. So this is saying no to fear. This is saying no to manipulation, no to the matrix, and it's saying no to masculines who are not good for you. Okay? I also get a week of saying no to consumption. This is overspending, drinking too much, partying too much, eating too much. Some of you are not in a good place right now. Queen of Swords reversed is a person who's a bit out of it. They could be making really bad choices because they're really not in the best self. They're not really thinking intelligently. This is acting out, doing things that are not good for you. I feel like a big message this week is try to stay away from things that are bad for you. Okay. Strength card reversed. You could be dealing with a Leo, you could be dealing with an Aries, they got interest and reach, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, but in general, uh, this is there's also a message here, and this is really a problem. This can be a person who ends up in a psych unit. Okay, the Eight of Swords is someone who ends up either in jail because she's in cuffs. It can be someone who ends up in a psych unit, and again, it's because their aggression is out of control. They're out of control. So if you're feeling like you're not in a good place, this can be someone who's got like bipolar or what they got these kind of uh, mental disorders, or I've got my opinion, but we'll stick with it, which is people who've got those things where the biochemical system starts to erode, the nervous system cracks. And so this can be a person who starts to do things and they're acting outside the law, they're acting outside of society, and so they end up in a psych unit, arrested, and it's coming up for you. So if you're a person who's got a history of alcohol abuse, drug abuse, mental, in other words, you've been in psych units, you've been through mental breakdowns, this would be a week to be cautious. It would be a week to stay away from people, triggers, things that lead to that outcome. Okay, it's okay. Like we all have those weeks where we're tripping, it's pressing. And I feel like for you this week, maybe you've just got this could be anything from having to pay rent and you haven't got it. This can be just feeling under pressure in general with life, and it's like, okay, so you're feeling under pressure, so don't make any more stupid decisions than you have to. Okay, I have to drink in this because me. Two of Pentacles reverse would be Two of Pentacles reverse would be a person who's out of balance. This might not be you. This could be people around you who are not good for your mental stability. They're not good for your regulation. They drag you down. They have you overthinking. They have you stressed out, right? So the message here is maybe that's the message. To stay away. Say no to the devil. Say no to toxic masculine. Say no to things that are bad for you. If we take drugs and we're not in a good mental space or a good physical space, we can end up, going into psychosis. I've done it. Honestly, it can get very, very dangerous. I've done it. I've done it where I've smoked weed and I've drunk at the same time, and it wasn't a good outcome. Well, I managed to pull it back because I do human behaviour. So because I don't live from the DSM, because I don't live from these false narratives, when I'm going into the shadow, or I'm going into a psychotic episode, or I'm going into a nervous breakdown, I know what's happening. And I've got skills and tools, and I can fight with the shadow. So if my shadow comes online and she's trying to dominate or become destructive, I can pull it into check, or I can at least try. Because I do have a very extreme shadow, so it depends what level she's at. But if she's at a reasonable level, I can talk her down. Okay, so it's about tools. It's about, some of you, that's what this is about. It's about, some of you want to get off medication. Some of you, it's about, who you are as a person. Like some of us are good drunks and some of us are bad drunks. And some of us know that if we're in a certain energy and we go out drinking that night, if we take drugs, we know what's going to happen. So this is a week to listen to yourself, right? There's certain people who just bring out the worst in us. And we know putting ourselves in those places, putting ourselves around those people is a bad idea. And so the message this week is don't do that. Okay? It's cold here, the UK. And I'm like croaky. But yeah, I feel like it's a week to, and that's another thing as well. Like a lot of people, some of yous might be traveling, some of yous might be going back home for Christmas. Some of yous, you're just a bit destabilized right now with choices that you've got to make around Christmas and family, and don't stress yourself out. Sit down, weigh up the pros and cons and make a choice. You know, same as with if you've got two options in love, great. Maybe neither of them is right for you. You know, maybe neither of these people is right for you. The fact that you're conflicted over the two might say that neither of them are right for you. Some of you could be with someone and you're having problems with that person. The devil sends a temptation, but this could be something that could be worked out, right? But it's on it. If you cheat, if you cross the line, then there'll be no going back. So the message for Aquarius, and it's around the Aquarius woman this week, is caution, but not fear. It's sitting down and it's saying, okay, you know, and some of you, your life feels like a prison. Some of you, you're allowing someone to put you in a prison, and it's a masculine. I think it's a situationship, someone who's toxic. This person is self-serving. It's time to say no to this person. It's time to get rid of this person out of your life because they're not creating balance. They're not creating unity. This is all about affinity. So this is when we share a strong affinity with a person. But with this reverse, like, you don't. This person confuses you. This person keeps you waiting. Especially for the divine feminine. They create imbalance in your life. And some of you are being told by getting rid of this person, the other person can come in. That's what the two men are about. There's earth sign coming up and air sign. No, earth sign and water sign. So there was two men. There's a water sign man, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, and then I think the other guy that came out was an earth sign. Okay, so some of you might need to give up on an earth sign, Virgo, Leo. Okay, some of you might need to give up on a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I think for some of you Aquariuses, it's time to stop going back and forth and it's time to make a decision. Okay. And I'm also getting that for those who are going through a difficult time in a marriage or in a relationship, be careful with temptation, because I'm actually getting that this marriage or this relationship could be recovered. Justice reverse, no separation, 6 of Cups and 2 of Cups is reconnecting, rebuilding the bond, rebuilding the love. But if you cheat, if you cross the line, or they do, maybe if you're cross-watching, there's no going back. What was the other message I heard? And some of you, it comes down to, we were saying this to Sagittarius, so it comes down to someone who's with someone else. Maybe that's what this is about, saying no to this manipulator, saying no to this person who's keeping you around when they're with somebody else. They're not going to commit to you. They're not going to leave this person to be with you. There's something where you're overthinking, you're torturing yourself. You'll know what your personal situation is. But I'm also getting for some Aquariuses who are single that you need to relocate, that the happiness you want is not in the country you're in. You're very isolated right now. Like I said, some of you's moved to another country and you just don't like it there. You thought, oh, I'll move to this country, I'll find my person, I'll find connection. It's not always like that. From what I've found of being in foreign countries is you're just an outsider. And they're looking at what they can get. It's like people who come to the UK, they don't come for the people. They don't come to make Britain better. They come for the system and they come for what they can get. They're all like that. I've met it in the Polish, I've met it in the Spanish, they're all like that. They don't come for Britain. They often come so they can build the money and then take it back home or send it back home. So what I'm saying is, some of you went on this journey or you went to this place thinking, oh, but you just feel like an outsider. You don't feel like you fit in there. You're kind of craving home where people understand you. Because if you've lived in a foreign country for a while, at first it's all shiny, but all that glitters isn't gold. Then you start to see the truth of the country, the truth of the people, right? But some of you might want the experience of going to foreign lands. That's what this is. Some of you need to start dating people different from yourself and not staying in the same type of person. you know? So in other words, if you're used to dating your nationality, try other nationalities, go on trips, go abroad. Something needs to change for yous, okay? And some of yous need to start choosing your mental peace. You need to start choosing yourself. And some of yous, I think you went through a psychotic episode or you went through a nervous breakdown. And when a person goes through that, it's traumatizing because you feel losing control again, right? This can be like a person who has seizures or collapses, or it can traumatize you because you're fearful it'll happen again. But the message for you is, instead of prevention is better than cure. So think of ways that you can calm yourself down. Think of ways that you can regulate yourself. Think of ways you can keep yourself in safety. Okay? This can be someone who has panic attacks and a lot of anxiety, and you got to train yourself instead of feeding it. It's like our death, it's coming. It's coming for us all. So you can feed it all you want, but it's coming. So you can either prepare for your death, you can live the best life, you can prepare for your death, or you can live in fear until it happens. Right? So it's the same for you. Some of you need to train your mind with your anxiety, your fears. Some of you, it's like I said, you've went through something that's been massively traumatizing, and you've got to learn skills to cope. You know, so that should it present itself, you're going to be able to handle it. Okay, unlike when it happened before. Um, so to finish on a good note for yous, I actually get um like love, travel, um a new life, but you need to get out your head. You need to take control of your fears. You need to take control of your brain. And like I said, the brain is just trying to protect you, you know? And when it's a case of say a person meets a person, or say a person's got two choices in love, you're not in your heart. The heart knows who it can trust, who it can't trust, when love is real, when it's fake. But most human beings are not in the heart, they're in the head. Good luck there. Okay? So a big message for you is, you're all in your head about these love and this choice, and it's like, stop thinking, start feeling, and there's the answer. It's not in the mind. It's in your heart. It's in the feeling when you're with these people or when you're with this person. And don't be scared to say no. Don't let a lot of people let people manipulate them. No. It's as Pro Green says in that song, I'm sorry, but I don't feel it. This can be some of you, like I said, you're in a relationship with someone and it's over. And maybe this person's trying to manipulate you to stay. And that's what happens with Pro Green. He's with this woman, she's a really nice woman, he really likes her, but he's just not feeling it. He's not feeling like that's the woman he's going to marry and have kids with, but he's been with her for a while. And he has to do the hard thing of ending it with this woman, and it's like, it's such a painful thing to do because she's not a bad person, they've got a good relationship, but he's just not feeling it. And that's why in that song he says, I'm sorry, but I just don't feel it. And that's what I'm getting at. That's what happens to a lot of people. The kind of, it's fear of judgment, fear of what people will say, all this. Fear of hurting people, you know? So some of you, there's some kind of hard conversation where you're having to tell a person you've been dating or seeing, look, I'm sorry, but I don't feel it. I don't want to waste your time or my time. It's never easy to do. But yeah, some of you are in that this week. Or someone's going to do this with you. And you should really respect this person for not wasting your time, not wasting your life, right? Not giving you false hope, not giving you a false reality, right? But it's going to be hard for some of you. Anything else to finish on? The Aquarius man, you're coming up reverse this week. If you're cross-watching for an Aquarius man, I just get it as that this person is, someone is fully committed to this Aquarius man, but he's not fully committed to you. Okay? And you need to let it go. So if you use this week, it's all about transition, moving to new places, taking risks, going in a new direction despite your fear. This is a person who can choose the comfort zone, or they can choose magic, right? This is a person who could be in a relationship, but they want magic. Okay? It's not enough. Some people, they don't really love each other, but as long as the bills are paid, as long as they've got someone who sleeps next to them at night, do you? But some people, no. You know, some people, as long as they've got a job, they don't care. Some people, it's like torture chamber. It's like, no. So I feel like that's another big message for you this week, which is it's really a choice, right? It's really a choice over the comfort zone. It's a choice over the lie or the truth. Um, I feel like with the new year approaching for Aquarius, it's like, do you want to do the same thing again? Or do you want to try something new? A new location, dating different people, a new career, a new version of you. There's a lot of people who live in fear for years and then one day they get up and they're like, they just become fearless. Fear no longer controls them. It's like, and there is that point where humans can be like that and then they just hit that wall and they just become fearless. It's like that one thing that used to scare the shit out of you, no longer, it's got no power. Okay, so I feel like there's so much in this reading. You'll have to book a personal if you've got your own stuff. But yeah, for the Aquarius man, be careful this week. For the Aquarius woman, be careful this week because, look, he's about for a rest. So something's fucking with your head. There's a decision that needs to be made. But like I said, and maybe some people are going to get hurt. Maybe some people are not going to like it. But, you know, maybe it'll come with judgment. Some of you, it's really about the current life you're living in is not good for you. It doesn't support your mental well-being. It doesn't support your nervous system. It doesn't support your happiness. No. So you're dead before you're dead. Most people are. Take a look around. Go to a cafe and just sit there and watch people. If a Glock was on the table, you'd probably blow your own brains out. That's what most people are. You look at them and it's like, fuck, if a gun was sitting there, I'd blow out my own brains looking at that. You came here to live. You came here to be fierce. Your ancestors run through you. Fuck the matrix. Fuck the liars. Okay? Fuck judgment. At the end of the day, no one's out here trying to hurt anybody. But sometimes you got to be the bad guy. Sometimes you got to choose you. I'm sorry, but no. And I don't think there's ever any good when a person cages themselves and represses themselves. You've seen what happens with people who do that. They kill their whole family. They kill themselves. They become just a problem to everybody. So some of you, I think that is a big message this week, that like you need to choose you and you need to think about places, people, and things that are really good for you, good for your nervous system, good for your heart, good for your soul, and whatever consequences that comes with, Aquarius, we'll pay them. Okay, so if you want to book in a read, well, you will because I'm not Aquarius. If you want to book in a read, it's below. 2025 is available. It's on deal. There's also the Celtic Cross, which is an amazing read. If you really, really want a general read, it's an awesome read. And it's got a little lay plan. There's career reads, love reads. You can join the community because we're going to be doing boss shit. Like the video and comment. And I'll speak to you soon.